Hello everyone. Welcome to the fourth video session of this Java 8 series. Now we'll be seeing a few more examples on the lambda expressions. Hope actually you are clear with the uh, how we can write the lambda expression, how we can actually invoke a lambda expression like that. Now we'll be seeing a few more examples of this lambda expression. Generally, in our world, in our earlier videos, what we have seen is I have written actually an functional interface. I have declared a method, and then since this is an one abstract method, this interface contains only one abstract method. So this interface is a what we say it is a functional interface. Now, even even actually Java also has a pre-built functional interfaces. Okay, so whatever we have seen in this example till now is our own functional interfaces. But Java also has its predefined, pre-built functional interfaces. You might have seen, you might have wondered what are those actually. Those are all familiar to you only. Actually, those who have worked actually till Java 7, those are familiar. Those are called functional interfaces. So, for example, if you see a runnable interface in thread class, so in multi-threading, you will have a separate, what you say, runnable interface, right? There is a thread class, there is a runnable interface. Okay. Now, this runnable interface is a functional interface. Why? Because if you open this documentation, for example, so this runnable interface, this interface runnable, which is actually extending from java.lang package. So this has only single method, that is run, only one single method. So this is an abstract method. Okay. So this is this. So we can say this runnable interface is a function interface because it has only one abstract method is run. Similarly, you have callable. This is also a callable interface. So callable interface also has one method, that is call. So this is one abstract method. So that's why this callable interface also is function interface. Anyhow, I'll be taking video sessions on detailed parts of this runnable interface, callable interfaces, everything. In when I start multi-threading classes. Now, if you see, this callable interface returns a value, but a runnable interface, the method doesn't return a value. It's a void. But callable interface returns some value. Okay. Now, see, even actually there is one more interface called comparable. I think you might have seen comparable interface that contains only one method, which is called compare to. Okay, this compare to. So this method is also so this interface is also a functional interface because it has only one abstract method called compare to. That means so any interface that contains exactly only one abstract method and any number of default methods or any number of static methods, okay, but only exact one abstract method, so that is a functional interface. You can take it as granted for functional interface. Okay, now let us see. Uh, let us take because people are more interested in the multi-threading programming because in the real time we'll be using many scenarios where we'll be using multi-threading programming. So let us see how we can write multi-threaded programming using lambda expression. Okay. Now let what I'll do is before this lambda expression, how I will write a simple multi-threading program. So let us take. Okay, I'll remove this. Okay, this we don't require now. Okay, just for time being. So what I'll do is I will just create one class, so which is called worker, a worker class. Worker means which does some processing. Okay. So what I'll do is this worker I will implement runnable. Runnable. So whenever I implement runnable, so I have to implement the run method. Okay. So I'll implement the run method. So in this I will just say what I'll do is I'll do some processing. So I'll what I'll do is I'll just do some processing of 10 tasks. Okay, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. I'll just okay. What I'll do is I'll take actually into sum equal to 0. I'll print the sum of 10 integers, sum equal to sum plus I. Just a simple, just like this. Okay, and then I will print the value of sum. Okay, so this is what this worker class. This worker class does the process sum of 10 integers. Okay, now what I'll do is I will in the lambda expressions. Okay, I'll remove this all this. Hope you might have actually taken in the third video. I'll remove all this, or let me comment this instead of that, so that Okay, I'll comment this, or so that you can make this as an archive. Okay. Now what actually we will do is, now what I'll do is I will create worker object, and then I'll create a thread object, a tree of worker, and then I'll say th.start. This is how I will write the traditional or multi-threading programming, right? So what I have done, worker is a runnable interface, or even I can assign this to runnable. Okay. So I'm creating a worker object, I'm assigning to runnable interface because this worker implements runnable. And what I'm doing here, I'm creating a thread and I'm passing the runnable object th.start. Okay, this is how actually a thread program is created. Even there is another way also where I can extend a thread class and I can, but here we are dealing the functional interfaces. So that's why I'm dealing with the runnable interface. Okay, this is a runnable interface. Okay, fine. Now, if I run this, what will happen? So answer is 55, right? So the sum of first 10 integers is getting 55. Fine. Okay, now how will I write this as a lambda expression now? So whenever I say lambda expression, so this run method, I have to convert this to lambda expression. So for that, I have to remove the method name. I have to remove the return type, and I have to remove the access modifier. That's what, right, we were seeing from last examples. So what I'll do is, I will just, okay, I'll comment this. So I'll get like this, right? After removing the method name, after removing the return type, after removing the access modifier, I got this simple, this one. Now, what I'll do, I'll take this logic, I'll copy here. I don't require worker now. Why I require separate class? Not required, right? Now I will assign this to, runnable interface, right? This is a functional interface, right? Runnable worker. This is a functional interface. I have to assign this to, right? Simple. What? So I'm assigning this to a functional interface. All this lambda expression, I'm assigning to functional interface, right? So now what I will do, I can say thread th equal to new thread of worker th.start, right? I can do like this. Now if I run it, I'll get. So this is how actually a functional, a traditional Java thread program, I'm converting this to lambda expression. So hope you are clear with this. Okay. So like this, actually, see how simple. If you can understand the lambda expression concept, so how simple we are making this. Okay. So I think I'll end this video. So from next videos series, what I will do is in the Java 8 series. So then we'll focus on the functional interfaces. So lambda expressions, I think, hope now you are familiar. Okay. So I think if you know this concept of these lambda expressions, you can write any lambda expressions. Now we will see different variations of the functional interfaces, how these can be linked to the lambda expressions in the next video. Okay. Thank you.